Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my first holiday look, first look for fall. As you can tell, it's raining leaves. The leaves are falling in my backdrop. So last weekend, John and I went to Santa Rosa for my cousin's wedding and the leaves were changing, but it just felt so much more like fall there than it does here. And I don't know, just seeing all the leaves changing, like when the tops of the trees change color before the bottom, it looks so pretty. And I was like, oh, wouldn't that be cute to have like leaves falling in a backdrop? So that's kind of what I did today. I asked on Instagram, I said, do you guys want to see mustard tones or berry tones? 54% berry tones, 46% mustard tones. So it was pretty evenly split, like almost even split. But today we've got berry tones. I've got some new products, but honestly, a lot of it is stuff that I've had. I'm using a lot of different melt eyeshadows. I hope you guys are having a good fall so far, a good season, good Halloween season. Shall we get started? I think so. I'm gonna start with like a light pink blending shade, just a dusting here. And I really wanna do like a cut crease today. It's been a very long time since I've done one. Look, I am just really ready to start going in with this berry color. So I'm gonna take Enigma, which is like just so, it's so fall, and just start building it up in the crease. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it kind of farther out here and up into the crease here. And now to make it a tad richer, I'm gonna take Lovesick, which is such a pretty color, and another fluffy blending brush. I feel like it'll just make it like a little bit more rich. Now before I clean up the side, I wanna add some of this color. This is Maneater from She's in Party Stack. All right, so now I'm just gonna kind of build this up onto the outer corner. Got ourselves a little coffee break. Okay, I have a couple like products that I was really curious about. One of them is the Haus Laboratories Liquid Shimmer Powder. This is basically a liquid eyeshadow. Think like the Stila ones or the CoverGirl ones, which I do like as well. Those ones have a lot of like chunkier glitter in it though than this, I believe. And this is this color here. So it's kind of like a champagne-y, which I think will complement the berry tones really nicely. This is the color Glam Attack. So what I've heard about these is that they dry down pretty quickly, but when I was using it on my hand, I felt like I needed to kind of smooth it out with my hand. So I can imagine if it's like that on the smooth part of my hand, on my eyelid is probably like serious. So I'm gonna start by applying it directly on the lid and then I'm gonna smooth it out with a concealer brush. Oh, this is a great tone. Oh wow, this is actually really easy to get in here with the applicator. I thought it would be way like bigger, you know? So I'm gonna get a little bit more product and kind of blob it on here. And then instead of working it with the applicator, I'm gonna work it with a concealer brush. Well, honestly, this had a really, like the exact finish I was looking for. I think there's like a black or a gunmetal one. That would be really great under like either a black smoky eye if you wanted some sparkle in it, or even if you want to do like a lot of glitter on the lid with a smoky eye or something, you know? Ooh, I guess we'll see if you can layer this on. Sometimes when you layer on liquid shadows, they tend to crack. But this formula seems pretty thin. Like it feels really lightweight on the eyes, and I like that it doesn't have chunky glitter in it because sometimes it's just not very flattering on your lid. Okay, here's the thing with these. I really like the application. I thought it was very smooth. If you have a little bit more crinkly eyelids, it actually applied very, very nicely. I like that it's not chunky and you can add glitter if you want to add glitter. They dried quickly. I feel like if you were to actually use it all over your whole lid, I could see how it could dry quickly. For this purpose, I didn't feel like it dried that fast. Now what I want to do is I do want to add a little bit of Icy Girl, but kind of just at the very highest point, basically like in the crease area. Like I either love where it's a spotlight, like right in the center of the lid where you have the pop of like reflex, or like right there. So I'm gonna take some Icy Girl, pop it on here. There's definitely a lot of reflex in this Haus Lab stuff, but this is just like a little extra pop in there. You see how it like really makes it like bling. Okay, so now I want to clean up the edges a bit. Now before I do my wing, which shade do I want to use? This one? I don't want to use the darkest shade. I'm gonna use Enigma, and this brush is a Sigma Smudge E21. Just to enhance the crease a bit more, it really makes the cut crease pop. Now I'm gonna go with the darker shade, Mean Streak, and for the outer corner. Cute. Time for a wing. I pretty much have to do a wing. I have to. It's the law. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna do a smudged out wing. I just really, really like the way it looks. I don't know why. I'm just still heavily into the smudged wing. So I'm using the Laura Mercier eye stick in the shade Tuxedo. And I'm gonna color this basically on the outer corner, about halfway across the eye. Take a smudger brush. This is another Sigma flat definer, E15. And just kind of pull it outward. Since I have so much dark shadow on, I can actually put on a little bit more than I normally do. Kind of tap it, flick it. So I have a melt shadows that I take with me everywhere. I use them almost every single day. It's the black shade, Blur, and then there's one other. It's like a super cool tone, like grayish shadow, like medium tone. Those were like my 3 go-tos every single time I do my makeup, and I lost it. Like straight up lost it, which is so weird for me. I'm like, that never happens to me. It must be hiding somewhere. I literally don't know what to do without that black eyeshadow. I'm just like, do I have it in a palette? Like, I think that was my only single black shadow that I even own. So catch me trying to go find one right now so I can set this, but I don't know. You see, I just like the way this type of wing looks, like a little bit more blown out rather than a super sharp wing. I am going into my Milani palette that has black eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna set this with some black shadow. You can also smudge it a little bit if you want. I mean, that's the great part, is it doesn't have to be like totally perfect, you know? Just so it's not sticky. And then it'll pretty much stay in place. All right, did a little finishing. Just added some black liner to the lash line using my Inglot one. I'm back on Inglot again. Put some mascara on. I'm gonna put on these lashes. These are Instaho lashes. I definitely need a dramatic lash today. So I already trimmed these, but I feel like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need to go full hoe. All right, getting ready for face here. I'm gonna do a little bit on the lower lash line before I heavily move into face. Now I already primed my face. I also did, I don't know if I said it, I primed my lids before I did my eyeshadow. I just like to do it off camera. I feel like it kind of is an unnecessary step to show, you know, but I did use the P. Louise base and I put primer on my face. I used a Smashbox primerizer today. My skin has been slightly drier, so I'm using a little bit more of like a hydrating primer. So I usually do something like that, and then I'll do my Tatcha Silk Canvas just right where I have like a larger pore situation. Okay, I did pull out this foundation today. Let's see how this looks. I feel like this will be good. This is shade 445, Infallible Fresh Wear. Start putting it on. Okay. I mixed in a foundation that has a little bit more of like a peachy undertone. All right, I'm gonna use the Dose concealers. There's one shade that I can't find that I'm pretty sure I need, which is shade number 11. So I really, really like the formula on these. I have worn it a couple times. I will say, when I swatched them on my arm, I swatched in the light category, which I was like, I'm 100%, like that's where I think I am. But once you blend it out, it gets a little bit brighter. So I actually ended up moving into the light medium category. So I use like between 9, 11, and 12 is kind of the shades that I'm in. Let me put on 12 so you guys can see. I would like to be able to see too, if that's okay. I feel like my foundation, I don't know if it's the backdrop. I feel like my foundation looks yellow on camera, but it looks way more peachy in person. Okay, so this is shade 12, which, you know, I like to do just a little blend situation here. Not like crazy bright right there. And then, oh my gosh, my stomach's growling. I'm gonna come in with 9. Number 10 has like a much more yellow undertone. I like to use more like peachy, even like pink undertone concealers. So here is 9. You see how bright that is? This is in the light family. This is, I think, the darkest in the light family, right? Oh no, 10 is light as well. Very similar coverage to like a Shape Tape, but they're not like as dry as Shape Tape, which is what I really like. It's like a nice thin texture, but they're definitely very, very bright. So what I like to do on the inner corner is take a little bit of honey, because I have like an actual blue inner corner situation happening. This is from Nars. Kind of buff this out. But yeah, honey, you see how much darker honey looks compared to 9? I actually need number 11, I'm pretty sure. I really wish I could find it. That would be so great. Okay, now I'm just gonna dust on a little bit of powder. I've been using my Kylie beige one again, which I really like. Where are you? No, that's not you. Where are you? Oh my God, I'm just losing everything right now.
Is it right here?
Yes. That's it. That's what I need. So I'm just dusting a little bit on here. The good thing about that concealer formula is you really don't need like a lot of powder. It stays on really, really well. And you know what I really, really like is this Faux Tan Bare Minerals Bare Pro Glow Bronzer. Build it up really nicely as like a bronzer, contour. This shade isn't like super warm. If you want like a warmer one, I'm pretty sure they have warmth as a shade as well. But I just love the way this looks on the skin, and I love how lightweight the formula is. But what blush do I want to use today? You know, I grabbed this one. This is not the one I normally use from Patrick Starrr. This is I'm Not Blushing Blush Powder Duo. I like that it has a little bit of bronze in it. You guys, what do you think I'll do if I ever lose this brush? I've literally been using this since before I started my channel. So now I'm kind of swirling a little bit of the bronzer color into there too. I'm so glad I found this palette again. This is the Sigma Sculpt Palette. This is a highlight contour palette. I like the contour colors in here. Let me use this contour here. You know I have to get this spot. Now lip, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I was actually planning on doing, you know, a cute little pinkish nude lip combo, but this new Fenty lipstick came out called Underdog, and it looks rich. So to line my lips, I'm gonna be using Makeup Forever. By the way, these are like, as you guys probably already know, these are some of my favorite liners. This is actually not specifically a lip liner. It's an artist color pencil. I love them so much. I've been using, I think it's called Versatile Chestnut, a lot lately with like nude lipsticks. It's a little bit extra, but it's like my new Wherever Walnut, I think. I just love the color so much. And I love the formula of these. But this is Free Burgundy. I feel like this will be a good shade for this lipstick. And then I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my lower lash line real quick. Ooh, that little lid moment. I always find if you have a hard time getting like a smoother line, over here especially, I just like lose all control. But I find that it helps if you tilt it, the pencil on its side, instead of trying to come in like this and doing it. Wow, I almost just drew on my face. If you tilt it on the side and like kind of shade it, I notice it's a little bit easier to keep it straight. Don't talk while you're doing it either. Now for the Stunna lip paint. By the way, this thing has like the shortest little applicator. It's so cute. Oh, yes, it's definitely more brown than the lip liner I used, but it's fine. I feel like this applicator is actually a little bit too short because I can't see it. Let's finish up this lower lash line. These lights are making my nose run. Of course it waits till like after I finish my makeup, you know? I'm taking that darkest shade that I used and smudging it into the liner. Okay, I wanna do a little bit of gray in the waterline. This is a Nars pencil, which I really like their high pigment longwear liner. The black one I use very regularly. This is like a taupey one. I feel like gray looks good with berry tones. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this look has me full on ready for dessert. All of the fall treats. I'm ready to eat it all right now. Anything with cinnamon. Anyway, you guys, so this is my first holiday makeup look. Very berry. Oh, cute. Very berry. I feel like it's a good contrast to the backdrop. I wanted to do the mustard look today, but I'm glad I did the berry tones. I'm really feeling it. It's very rich. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. What the fuck just happened? Whoa. Oh. Is it really? I'm hot as hell. So frustrating. I feel like I'm an actual candle that's melting.